In Tech Matters, is Chief Information Officer the most embattled job in government? This week, Donna Seymour, CIO for the Office of Personnel Management, announced her retirement. She's been under fire for months for her role in the agency's massive breach of personnel records. But Seymour is not alone. For insight and analysis, I'm joined by Aaron Boyd, senior reporter at Federal Times. Aaron, Seymour spent the past 37 years working for the federal government. What do we know about her retirement and why now?
Well, the calls for her removal, as well as her former boss, Catherine Archuleta, came almost immediately after news broke of the OPM breach last June. Archuleta hung on for just a little over a month, but Seymour stayed around for almost 8 months. She ultimately resigned last week just before an oversight committee hearing that was set to feature some of the most vocal critics calling for her ouster.
Now, by no means is Seymour alone. Education Department CIO Danny Harris stepped down this week. There are also top tech openings at DHS, the FBI, HHS, the Census Bureau, Veterans Affairs, and the White House. Is there a common thread here?
There is and there isn't. Not all of those posts are vacant because their former occupants were under fire. But it does show just how difficult it is to fill these jobs, which are both highly technical and highly bureaucratic. It takes a unique mix of qualifications to find success in these roles, and of course the failures are highly public.
Aaron, Congress plays a central role here. House Oversight Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz publicly called for Donna Seymour's removal 5 times. He released this statement on Monday, quote, "On her watch, whether through negligence or incompetence, millions of Americans lost their privacy and personal data. OPM now needs a qualified CIO at the helm." Now, are CIOs accustomed to this level of scrutiny?
Well, they certainly should be. Anyone serving in the C-suite at a federal agency should be prepared to face a grilling before Congress at some point. But agency CIOs in particular should be ready to answer hard questions on cybersecurity.
Now, you're also following a new survey conducted by the Government Business Council and Dell. It polls feds on FITARA, the Federal IT Acquisition Reform Act. What did they find out?
That was a particularly interesting survey. It showed that the majority of respondents were skeptical that FITARA could meet its main 2 goals, which are reducing cost and speeding adoption of IT in the federal space. What respondents also called out concerns over the other main push of the law, which gives added authority to the department CIOs over component-level IT managers, who said that this is really just leading to bottlenecks and making the component CIOs' jobs harder. And of course, for the department-level CIOs, more authority means more responsibility and ultimately more accountability when things go wrong.
So feds are worried that the most significant piece of IT legislation in 20 years will hurt more than it helps. They're under increased scrutiny by Congress, and plenty of CIO jobs remain unfilled. Is this the most embattled job in government?
It's certainly one of the most difficult, and particularly right now, CIOs are under intense scrutiny to keep IT budgets down while also increasing their cybersecurity posture.
Aaron Boyd, senior reporter at Federal Times. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, Morris.